Everybody, this is Devin from 2-Bit Animation, and this is the first episode in a series I am calling Speculating Fiction.
Speculating Fiction.
And this wasn't going to be the first movie in this series, it just kind of happened that way with how much I procrastinated. But I was going to start this back with Avengers Endgame, and I was actually really close to having like 10% of it right. So we'll see about this. And I should have started this a while ago. I want to do this a lot earlier in the process before they have all the trailers out and stuff, so I don't have as much to go on. But with that said, we have a lot to go on, so let's get to it. But this is Frozen 2, the Frozening. I don't know. Does it have a different thing? Just to recap, Elsa found out how to use her powers, and love thaws is what she found out. And Anna got a boyfriend, and that's about it for her character. And Sven is still there, and Olaf is still there. Nobody really changed. Like Elsa had kind of a character arc. Anna is still the exact same person that fell in love with Hans. She's the exact same person. She didn't really change. She's just in love with somebody else now because she found out that Hans is a bad guy. But so I don't know that. I don't know if there's really a character arc there, so there's not a lot to talk about with that. But as far as Elsa goes, she had this whole childhood where she neglected everybody because she was afraid of her power. She didn't want the world to see who she really was, and so she kind of shut herself away. She totally shut herself away, shut out her sister, and just had a really hard time, with everything. And the first sign of trouble, she leaves. She goes out in the middle of nowhere, doesn't have a plan of how to eat or how to go to the bathroom or anything. She's just gonna build a castle made out of ice and everything's gonna be okay. And that's not the best thing. So then she eventually sees that, she doesn't know what to do exactly. She didn't know how to fix the situation, but she needs to try. She at least needs to go find her sister, make sure everything's okay, and so she does turn that way. So that is kind of a classic character arc, that she's this flawed character that kind of figured out how to be herself while still being a good person, while fixing some of those flaws, but still being her, and so with a sequel, they need to obviously start where she is at that point. She's this person who knows how to love again. She doesn't have a lot of experience in it, but she knows at least that she loves her sister and that her sister loves her, and she can let people in now, and trust people. And so there's a few ways that you could go with this. She could either have somebody that she completely trusts that kind of stabs her in the back. I'm gonna guess if that were the case, it's that one guy. I'll put his name up here. I don't remember. Yeah, I should have watched the trailer right before this, but I'm gonna guess that guy gains her trust, and then it turns out to be that the two sides that are fighting on whatever magical place that is, that she joined up with the bad side, and through trying to do the right thing on the bad side of the war, she ends up causing more problems and then has to fix it. And then you kind of have the same plot structure as the first one, but then it keeps going, and it continues and builds off of the first one instead of starting over like a lot of people tried to do. So that would be the way I would go. That would be kind of fun, just to have her kind of get duped and kind of, she finally learned how to trust people, but now she trusted the wrong person and ended up causing this big huge war on this, whatever the magic land inside this magical kingdom is that they're going to from the trailers. I'm guessing is what that is. Or it could be an alternate universe, but they, that would be kind of fun to play with. So then you have kind of Anna and Kristoff coming, and they're just there. They might be the voice of reason. They might say like, how do we trust this guy? Or I really hope they don't just have them just completely oblivious in the whole plot. Whatever the plot is, I hope they don't just have them sightseeing and just lovey-dovey and completely oblivious to everything that's going on. Because that's a trope that happens in sequels with people that got married that aren't the main character, and it drives me nuts. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully the alternative to that is where Anna and Kristoff are, they're the voice of reason. They see things that Elsa might not see. They might be trying to put the clues together, and Elsa's just in this wondrous world where magic is real, and she's not the only one, and so she feels like she can be honest with this group of people. I hope they do that, where they're kind of figuring things out and putting two and two together, and if that's the case, then there's going to be kind of a little tiff between the sisters, and right before the third act, they're going to be like, fine, then you do it your way and I'll do it mine, and that's going to happen. But if that's how the plot goes, And that's kind of my guess. Something I don't want to see is having Kristoff and Anna, captured and just be the damsel and dude in distress, and Anna has to go save him, because there's so many things that have been done with that, and it would take them out of the movie, and it would just be so cliche, and you would know exactly what the rest of the movie would be like. They would get upset with each other, and they would be stuck and trying to help each other escape, and they would finally almost start to escape, and then Elsa comes in to save them. That's how it would be, and it would be boring. So I don't want to see that. I want to see Elsa. I want to see Elsa lean into something. I want to see her learn new powers. I want to see her do a lot of things. I think whoever she trusts, is going to be a bad guy. I can't prove that, and if it's not, if it ends up being that she can just trust this guy or girl and have a parental figure and really learn, and then go and fight the demons, that's kind of more of a straightforward plot. That would be interesting to see. I don't think that's what's going to happen. So
High stakes time.
So I submit that Elsa is going to find this magical world and meets this Lieutenant Destin Matthias. That's Sterling K. Brown's character. And he's going to show her about magic, and that she's not the only one. And she's going to, trust him and everything, and then find out that she's on the wrong side of a war, and it's going to be bad, and there's going to be giants and ogres and everything else. And then they're going to have to stop the war that they started, and the answer is going to be love. So that's what I speculate. Let me know after the movie comes out how wrong I am, and we can have fun with this. But let me know what other upcoming movies that you want me to talk about, that we already know a little bit about the characters, or a little bit about about the world that they live in. But this has been Speculating Fiction. This is Devin Sanders from 2-Bit Animation. We'll see you later.